Hi, I'm Mark Camoccio and I'm here to show you the HFT 500 rifle from Arms. The Arms in general have one of the best records in outdoor competition shooting with the legendary Nick Jenkinson, etc. in the field target world. But in HFT, the Hunter field target spin-off, they've also had quite a record with the fairly standard S400 model that I've competed a lot with, and the S510 obviously has come along as a derivative of that. The HFT 500 tends to combine the two. I for a long while competed with a long cylindered 400 that had the FAC cylinder on it. This has pretty well that same configuration, which gives you a bit of front weight, but it also gives you a big shot count. And then from the S510 we've got the rather slick side lever, which most rifles, or an awful lot of the competition guns, are going over to. It just feels refined in operation. And with this HFT 500 you've got single shot loading directly into the breech, and then you'll just neatly close that away with the side lever. It all works rather well, and it gives an air of refinement that works well, and it gives that added bit of confidence in the competitive arena. The HFT 500, Arms have pretty well taken the laminate stock Manelli made from the Ultimate Sporter model. It's got a slight change. They've got a nice thumb grip at the back of the grip, thumb shelf rather, and then it's pretty much the same, but that pretty much the same is pretty good, because you've got a fully adjustable cheek piece, a turn with an Allen key, you've got a fully adjustable butt pad with another Allen key turn, and it's enabling you to set the gun up to suit your configuration, which, as any competition shooter knows, is a good step in the right direction. What they've also done, it's one of my pet sort of bugbears over the years, but I've always been on about floating barrels. Obviously a lot of other people have now, and they've finally done it with the HFT 500. Truly floating barrel. There's a nylon stud that sits underneath the barrel there, but it's really there as a keeper in case you knock it. There should be a tiny gap underneath the barrel, and that means that barrel is actually only supported at the breech end and is allowed to resonate, which is all to do with the sort of barrel harmonics. There's a certain pool of thought that says that the ultimate barrel configuration is fully floating. What they've also done is put a factory supplied air stripper on the front, which not only looks rather snazzy, it's actually got a small cone inside, which is not that much bigger than the Caliber 177 in this case, which will then strip off excess air as the pellet leaves the barrel. Again, it's all in a bid for accuracy. It's all tiny little differences, but it's those tiny differences that obviously make the difference. On here also you've got a full match trigger, which is sort of variation of the 400. So it's maybe not as sophisticated as some of the sort of indoor match guns, but it's pretty damn good. And you can, with a bit of adjustment here, I've competed on accessory triggers, and I've competed with 400s with tweet triggers for years. This is an improvement on that. You've got actually underneath a small dovetail where you can actually move the blade back and forth to give you adjustment there. In addition to that, on the HFT circuit, it's been a bit of an obsession with, silly name, but hamsters. It's the 4-end razor block underneath, which you can see there. I was actually in discussion with the factory and was involved in testing some of the prototypes on these, and that's pretty well their final configuration. The idea is to provide a quality product. They're not expecting to sell many, but those hamsters are a nice add-on if you want it. So we'll just have a shot just to see how this goes. Sorry, I've cleverly left my pellets somewhere. I'll just dry fire that to... oh, thank you very much. Right. There we go. Sorry about that. You just roll the pellet into the loading channel. and then close the side lever like so, and you're away. And then again, the match trigger's been nicely set, so there's very little pull required. There we go. That's the HFT 500 from Arms.